What's up, Shane?
What up?
How's it going, man?
It's amazing, amazing, beautiful day, beautiful day. Loving life, loving life.
Right, right.
How's it going up there? You guys keeping
It's
warm?
cold. No, it's cold. It's snowy. It's white out. I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know.
I was heading up to North Carolina Saturday, and they had some snow on the ground there in Augusta, Georgia. They
Yeah, man. But those guys don't have. I
they
mean,
don't
I
know.
imagine it threw them guys into like a. Oh no, we got
Yeah,
snow. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So,
Traffic was at a
uh,
standstill for a dusting.
right, right, yeah.
No,
Um,
we didn't get anything down in Savannah. We just got a bunch of rain. It got a little chilly, but I mean,
well,
I think we
I mean
got that.
that's nice.
Yeah, I
I
think it
mean,
got down to like 33 was our lowest.
wow.
So, but no, no. So,
Well, they
go
had a
ahead,
big
bud.
race up here. They had a
Yeah.
big race up here over the weekend, the Polar Bear Bash.
Mhm.
And what I got to see, I wasn't able to make it, but
Mhm.
I wish I would have. I wanted to get out and see everybody, but I guess they had a really good turnout. What it looked like, and I was talking to Bear, the promoter down there, and so I got a list of all the winners, man. That
Mhm.
I mean, there was quite a bit of guys,
Mhm. Yeah.
classes they had. He said they were going to have a good bit. So,
Yeah. I'm
uh,
glad they were able to get it together and ran with the weather the way it was
yeah,
back there. I was kind of nervous for him.
yeah, so was I. I was talking to him. I think it was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday, Wednesday or
Mhm.
Thursday. Excuse me. And I was asking him what his thoughts were. They had a plan already in there, but they announced, hey man, they were going racing one way or another, and he went
Yeah.
live earlier. I mean,
I did
the
catch
track
that.
looked really, really nice, man. The
Mhm.
track looked nice. The facility looked nice, well
Yeah.
taken care of. I mean, it looked nice there. I'm kind of sad that I got to miss it, but
Yeah. Yeah. That's what
hopefully I'll be
happens.
able to catch the next one. But hey,
Mhm.
before we get started, I got a list, man. He sent me a list of the winners that Flat
Let's
Cart
hear 'em.
Mafia would like to. So the rookie red plate was Kaysen Gibson. Green plate warm up was Welston Thurnberg. Green plate pro Welston Thurnberg. God, he was in there a good bit.
I
Uh,
seen that.
pur- Purple plate warm up was Dixie Price. Purple plate pro was Colton Reincher. Uh, Ohio Valley Predator Championship purple plate was Lucas Short. Ohio Valley Predator Championship 350 uh, was Colton Reiner again. Clone Light was Dylan Wilson. Clone Medium was Robbie Carter. Clone Heavy was Lakin Brinkman. Clone Supers was Ron Rollins. Clone Sumo was Craig McClug. And SBO was Eddie Vintelli. So, hey, man, if I got those names
Yep.
wrong, I'm sorry. But, hey, congratulations to those guys. Um, Sorry I missed it. Uh, but I will definitely get out there if you guys have another one. Uh,
Mhm.
get out there and support the local racing, man. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely.
that's what it's about, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Not often.
I'm not even going to. What's that, Shane? Go ahead.
To say not often people can get out there and do some lap turning in January.
Right, man. That's what I
So.
was saying. I was happy they was able to put it on,
Mhm.
get the show in. It was great. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. They got
No.
some racing in. They got some
Yep.
winners in there. Already
Mhm.
starting off 2025 strong, winning their
Yep.
first race going out of the hole, man. That's great,
That's awesome.
And it's a lot of racing going to come up this year. And
That's awesome.
the so uh, we got Jake, man, from CJ Speedway on here. He's going to give us some insight on his track.
Mhm.
And man, I'm just going to bring him up, Shane, and
Yep.
let's get into this, man, because I'm curious.
Do it.
Hey, welcome to the show, Jake. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How you guys?
Hey,
Two of us on this podcast, which would be you and I, are freezing our rear ends off while Shane's down there warming it up, and he gives us a fake persona that he's somewhere where it's really nice and summery in his background, you know what I mean? But
that's
hey, we'll
that's
take it, right?
if you're not familiar with Savannah, Georgia, love it. So behind me is what they is called River Street. So it's all these old buildings that line the river of the
Okay.
Savannah River. It's a big tourist attraction. I love going down there. Some amazing restaurants. I've ate at several of them down through there. Love it. So when you come down, I'll take you a tour. We'll hit up some places down River Street. We'll have a great time.
Well, me and the missus are going to plan a trip down there, man.
Yes,
It's coming, especially when
absolutely.
we get in. You never
Hmm.
know. It might be before race season. You never know.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But let's get into our guest.
yeah. Hey, okay, Jake, man. So, give me a little bit of background about yourself.
Far as I go, I got into racing. Like we got into dirt track racing. My grandpa raced. My dad raced. We run track cars. My grandpa raced. He run what they call late model, but that was a glorified bomber back in the '60s. It was a '57 Chevy. And then my dad got into it in the '80s. My uncle, he ran a modified for years. And then I got into the bombers and then street stocks and limited late models and things like that. And then I got out 20 years ago, and we went to Tennessee to just have a little vacation. The kids wanted to ride go karts, so they liked it so much. We come home, we thought about getting one, and then COVID hit, and couldn't go anywhere. Built our own track, and that's what started the whole racetrack. And then had a couple friends. They told some friends, and they just found their way there.
Okay,
Awesome.
so you went on vacation with the family. You guys went go kart racing somewhere, and then you come home. You get all ready. You're like, "We're going to go racing, kids." And you get all ready, and then the dreaded COVID hit, and then you couldn't go nowhere. So you're just like, "Hey, man, I'm just going to build my own track. We're going to go race."
Yeah, well, everybody's supposed to be on lockdown, and we just bought this looked like a little Indy car looking thing, just something for the kids to play with. And
Okay.
then they were supposed to take turns. Well, while one was taking turns, the other one had to wait, and they didn't like that. So then we bought another one, and then we
That's
bought
how it
another one,
starts.
It just
and then we bought
snowballs
another
down
one.
into the hill. Yeah.
But we went from that to then we started actually buying racing carts instead of just
Mhm.
like yard carts and playing around with stuff. And then we tried. I think we've got 9 or 10 of them now.
Oh wow.
I just keep
Wow.
some extra for when some people show up if they never done it before. Try to put the hook in there to see, make a few laps, see if they like it or not.
Oh yeah, man. That's the way to do it, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on over for the family barbecue, man. Well, what? While you're here, won't you take us out for a spin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like the way you think, man.
Yeah.
That's bait and
That's pretty
hook
cool.
situation. You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
really,
mean? Bait and
yeah.
hook.
Man, you get out there and make a few laps, it just, if you like it at all, it'll hit you and you'll want one.
I
Right,
tell you what,
right.
you don't even have to like it. You hop in one, you'll turn somebody who didn't like it into liking it really
Oh,
fast.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you build a track. How big's your track?
It's about 10th mile track.
A 10th mile.
Yeah.
Bank, flat.
That's banked pretty good. Yeah.
Really?
It started off not so much banked, and then I put more
Mhm.
banking in it. It's changed a little bit from start to finish.
Yeah, I
Okay.
watched a few of your videos and stuff like that. It looks like it's banked pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
it banked pretty good.
So you have a show there. Is it the Firecracker? Is that did I see that?
Yeah,
Right?
we got the firecracker we done last 3-4 years, and then we started doing a Labor Day show this year. We do another one at the end of the year. We did a Halloween race this year too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I started
So
a YouTube channel to put more videos on.
Yeah.
okay. I think that's how I seen him. And then Shane
Hmm.
said that he found you on Facebook and then
Mhm.
he sent me the page, and I liked it. And Flat Cart Mafia liked it, and then so I mean, okay, so like how many carts do you average? Or what? Okay, first of all, when are you guys open? Are you open Fridays, Saturdays?
Saturday nights. Saturday
Okay.
nights. This year we run a little later because it was so hot out and it got that
Mhm.
drought. No rain hardly anything. So really try to keep it a little bit later to keep the track have moisture in it.
Mhm.
And then so Saturday nights usually start about 7.
Okay.
Yeah. And then as far as carts goes, I don't know how many we're going to have until we're ready to race. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
you know, it could be anywhere. We've had over 20, and we've had as low as 5 or 6. So I mean, it just
Really? Okay.
yeah. So it don't matter. You know, I get it ready regardless because I'm gonna make laps if it's by myself.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's open to the public, right?
Well,
Or is
I
it a
would,
club, or is it just invite
yeah.
only?
Well, I would, yeah, more like invite only. But you
Okay.
know, anybody I see that I usually tell them to come out and give it a go. I ain't had to run anybody off or anything like that. So we've had a pretty good time, and we got a good group of guys. Everybody tries to help everybody out.
That's awesome.
Okay. That's nice. So there's another backyard track from right down the road from where I'm at. And that's River Valley. John
Mhm.
Levere.
Yeah.
We went there and we ran his. It's a unique track. It's fun track to drive. It's unique.
Mhm.
Um, it can be fast. I mean, we held a Halloween show there this year. And what we have, Shane? What 40 some
35,
carts,
35 to 40.
35,
Yeah.
40 carts there.
Mhm.
Uh, so, is there any certain classes that you run there, or is it?
Well, the way we started off, because we got people, as far as weight goes, we've got anybody from 130 pounds to 400 plus. So we just tried to go off kind of an honor system on building motor wise, as far as that goes. Everybody's running a Predator. Don't matter if it's Hemi or non-Hemi, but if you're a bigger guy, you're going to need more power. So
Right.
bigger guys, we let them do more to them. And that's kind of just honor system as far as that goes. That way nobody gets out of hand either. Mostly we're still on pole start. Nobody's got anything where they got to use electric start or anything like that on them. So try to keep
counts me out.
try to keep
Yeah, I
it,
was gonna say.
try to keep it where it's not too expensive. Somebody can get a motor, throw it on, come out and have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love, man. Because like, not everybody's going to go out there and build a small block open motor or a Tillotson motor and go out there and, I mean, it just gets expensive. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean, trust me, I know it gets expensive.
Well, that's
I
like
like
dirt
that
track.
format.
I mean, you run into a money game all the time, and then it eliminates a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I got a friend of mine. He builds a late model chassis over here in Memphis, and because of the price of things, it's eliminated a lot of drivers that would love to do the sport, but they can't afford to get into it. As far as
Oh
racing.
yeah.
So if you keep it cheap, keep it simple, you go out here and have fun. You don't have to worry about blowing up an $80,000, $120,000 motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just go out there and have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I love this sport, and we used to race modified with my boyfriend or my
Oh.
son. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. My son's girlfriend, and they ran modified, and we helped them quite a bit. And I mean, I've tried to get my daughter into this sport. I try to get her boyfriend into this sport. You know what I mean? I just try to get everybody that I can. And you're right. The pricing of it just completely, if you're modified, sprint, whatever it is, I mean, the number is astronomical. I think this is the best way to get into this, where you can go buy $140, $150 motor, and you can literally go out there and have fun.
Oh
and
yeah.
get into the sport and just follow it and just have fun, man. That's what this is all about. The money is when you start going up in class.
Yeah.
But there's ways around it too. I mean, you can be just as competitive and not spend what the guy next to you has put into it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, but I like the direction that you're going because, hey, throw a motor on, come out here and let's race and let's have fun. You know what I mean?
First couple of years
what I
down
like.
here, the cart that I run and done real good with, it was about I think 87, 89 or something like that. It was an old trick. And it done great. I just messed with it until I got to where I wanted to, where it drive. So it don't, we got guys with adjustable stuff, non-adjustable stuff, nothing in particular, just, whatever you want to find, throw a motor on, and we go from there as far as handling, get you scaled and try to help you out, and then there's other carts out there people get rid of that, they're only 2 or 3 years old. Ain't nothing wrong with them. And
yeah, that's weird, man, because like I was talking to another good close friend of mine that is in this sport, and we were talking about how some of these guys that run a different chassis for like the first part of the year, and then it goes and they go out and buy another chassis, and and I was like, dude, who in the hell can afford that, man? Because I was looking at the new PRC, the new Phantom chassis that just came out with. It's $4,200. I mean, it's expensive, but if you take care of it, man, it's only a one-time thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't have a brand new chassis. Mine was a used chassis, and I hang with some of the fastest guys. I feel. I mean, Shane, you're the same way.
Yeah. I mean, look how that one that we have that I don't even know what it is.
The wide track, the really wide one.
No, the white one.
Oh, the white one.
Yeah.
Well, you get some guys, they want to buy something to maybe upgrade. That's fine. But sometimes they want to get out of this bad luck chassis to get in something they think might be better. And if they just stuck it out and figured it out, they might have been able to learn it and then make it handle.
Yeah. So is that how you got most of your chassis? Was from that, or did you just pick them up various places?
Yeah, we just find them on Facebook here, there, and everywhere. Nothing in particular. We got Ultramax, we got Charger, PRC, Trick. There was another one there I was thinking of, but there's no one dominant down at the track. It's anybody's night.
Yeah, I run a Shadow, man. Shadow ain't been in business for a long time. You know what I mean? That's what I run.
Well, we got
Trevor's
the
Phantom.
Yeah, I got a Phantom and an Ultramax.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it, man. I get it. So have you ever had like a super stock or a stock appearing or an open on your track?
Yeah. We've had some guys. I want to say they're close to Dayton. They come down and run. They had open. They had small block opens. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd they do?
How'd they do?
Well, they didn't do bad. My track's more of an oval. It's not circular. So it looks more like a car dirt track than a go-kart track. And they had a little difficulty making a turn. But other than that, that's quick.
So, like, what all altercations have you made to your track to get it from where it was when you started to where it is now?
Well, when we first put it in, it was basically flat. And then I do logging for a living, so I got equipment. And I brought the equipment home. And we took a dozer, me and my dad, and we kind of roughed the track in. And then my wife said we needed a wall because we're close to the creek. So then we put a wall in. Which has
make
been
the banking higher.
Yeah. That wall's come in handy several times.
I bet.
Really?
Wow, there. So we done the wall, and then first year we ran off a generator, and then we put up other lights, and then I had electric put in. We put more lights up. Got a concession stand down there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you that. Like, Now, do you guys got like set up concession stand? Do you have like an entry fee and stuff
No,
like that
no.
for your guys? Okay, awesome.
Everything's absolutely free. I don't charge a dime for nothing. There's no entry fee. You don't charge you anything. All they got to do is sign a waiver when they come in. That's it.
That's
Even the
awesome.
concession's free. She just got a tip jar down there.
Oh,
So
What? Really?
yeah, yep. Don't cost a dime.
I
A
like
lot of
that.
guys really, they're better off running here than going and spending to get in and then not winning nothing. They at least come here and have fun.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah, I
what
mean,
I
yeah.
like.
I mean, I kind of like that, man. You come, race your heart out, and then you get hungry, walk over and put a
Oh yeah.
couple bucks in the tip jar, get a hot dog. You know what I mean?
Oh
And a
yeah.
soda.
Speaking of hot dogs, everybody here, they come from all around to get to the world famous Jenny dogs. She makes her
Oh,
own sauce. That's my wife.
really?
Uh-oh.
So yeah, we've had people come here just to get the hot dogs.
Well,
Man,
what's the sauce? What's the sauce base? Like what? You
yeah.
don't tell me what it is, but like, what's it like?
It's good. That's all I think I can tell you.
It's
I'm
all.
not a cook.
That's all he's going to tell you. It's
Is
good.
it like a chili sauce? Is it a? Is it
Yeah, I
like
guess she does
a
like a chili
condiment?
sauce. Yeah.
Okay, like a
Yeah.
chili sauce.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a sucker for a good chili dog.
Hey, man, I love chili dog, man. You put some onion on there and some cheese, man. You just go to town, man. You don't need nothing else, man. If you got a good
She
sauce.
just about got everybody memorized when they come off the track. They know she knows what they want before they walk over.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
please. Is your wife running out there in the pit lane after they come off the track, got a hot dog in her hand? Like, here you go, man. You ran really good. Here's your hot dog.
That's
I'm
what
sure
they
there's
give
some
out.
guys that
That's what they
want
give
that.
out to race winners. They give out
I
hot
would
dogs.
be great. How could you
I
go
love
wrong?
it.
Who needs a sticker? Just give me the winner hot
a
dog,
hot dog.
man. I'm good. You know what I mean?
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll take it. I'll take it
Yeah.
all day long, man.
You may be on to something. Maybe on to something.
He may be on to something. He keeps talking about that hot dog being the first race he has down there. There might be like 60 carts. You know, all kinds of guys down there. That's great, man. That's great. So tell me about like your firecracker, the special events that you have.
Okay.
How are those? So
Well, what we do is we'll run that's a 50 lapper on the Firecracker 50. And we usually run it in July at some time. A lot of times we don't run it on the 4th weekend because a lot of people want to get with the family. So we'll run it the following week. That way everybody can come out and they don't have to worry about, conflicting schedules and everything like that. So we'll get out there and we'll run a 50 lapper. But we'll run our heats, then we'll run a dash, and then we'll run our feature. And so it's 50 laps.
Nice. Wow. That's great. Because the only other place I know that runs multiple consecutive laps like that is Jug. They have a 50 and an 80. They have an 80 lapper.
80 lapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's endurance right there, man. 50 laps endurance on in a cart, man. That's endurance.
We did. I think it was Labor Day. We run a 60 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My fat ass would be rolling out of the cart like, I'm done, boys. I'm tapping. I'm done.
You wouldn't be alone.
I put in 30, boys. I'm good. I'm wore out. You know what I mean?
So
we have that too.
Yeah.
What are some of your age ranges at your track? Like, what's your age ranges out there?
Well, we've had people as low as 13 to 75.
Okay.
But we don't have anybody that young right now. So they're probably everybody's over 18.
Gotcha.
But we've had them pretty young.
Do you have like a set of rules that you abide by? Was there a track that you kind of mimicked their rules that try to keep everybody in line? Or
no, it really just kind of started off. Just we was running just stock Predators at first. We wasn't doing anything to them, and then we kind of started, getting a little bit more to them, and we put headers on them and kind of just playing with them, and then we went from that to where some of the bigger boys needed some more power, and that was fine. So we done that too. They could build something a little more. Pretty much everybody builds their own. Now there is a fella at the track, nice guy, Greg Rose. He does, I would say 90% of everybody's motors. And we just kind of keep an eye on stuff like that. I haven't really told anybody they got to keep it a certain way or anything like that. But if you come down there and you can lap the whole field, you got more than what you need. So That might be fun for one night, but if you can just dominate every night,
Yeah.
all you're getting is bragging rights, so there's really no point.
Yeah.
So it keeps people, keeps them from getting too far out of hand. Now, for the bigger races, I do put out trophies and T-shirts, things like
and you
that.
fit the bill for all this.
Yeah.
You and your wife fit the bill for this. 100%. Dude, hats off to you, man.
Yeah,
hats off to
I
you,
agree.
dude. Seriously, man.
It's people like that, people like you that we love, that we want on this show like that. Hey, this is us. We're not here to profit. We're not here to. We got a track. Come, let's play.
Right. Well, I
now,
mean,
this year I did have some sponsors.
That's cool.
Actually, for I think it was 2 or 3 nights, we had some people that wanted to sponsor some races, so they jumped in on that.
That's awesome.
Kind of helped out with the trophies, and then I bought them a banner to put up so they had their name out there.
That's cool.
That is fantastic, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, no. I think it's great, honestly, to be 100% honest with you. I mean, it's your land. You're taking the time. You're fitting the bill for the concession stand. You're fitting the bill for the trophies. I mean, hell, you got 10 carts there. If somebody shows up with no cart, you'll shoehorn somebody in a cart to go out and have some fun. That's what it sounds like.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah. I mean, that to me, man, that is not your casual guy. That is your everyday, I bleed this, because I mean, you're not going to find guys that do that. Even an owner wouldn't do that half the time. That
Well, it's a lot of fun. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. The more you get out there, the more fun it is. And then, our last race of the year, our championship race, I forgot. That's sponsored by Games Auto Parts in Lucasville. Okay. He always gets us. Usually it's tools from Napa.
Oh, cool.
Really? Tools like that. Yeah, so that's always a good one to come in on, because those are pretty good prizes there. And then,
wow,
we had some other prizes this year from some other people too. Just there was a guy. I can't remember his name. Can't remember his last name. Yeah, he's a carts. He deals with carts and sells parts and chassis and everything else. He sponsored us some stuff so we could put out there too.
Is he local to you guys down that way?
He's located in Huntington, so not really too local. Virginia. Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
But
if you could remember his name, send it over to me on a messenger, and I'll get it out there for that guy. I mean, for sponsoring you. And what was you saying about Farmers?
He comes down there toward Farmers in Willersburg.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of Farmers. Yeah.
So
I heard that's a pretty fast track, also, is what I've heard. I've never been there, so I'd like to go there. Is that down there by Union Furnace?
Franklin Furnace,
For Franklin Furnace. Thank you for Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was down.
I think I had
something in its name.
I had them in my one of the messages I was going to reach out to later on down the road.
Yeah, I've heard they've had some big races there, man. I do believe the Southeast Winged Kart Series goes there.
I'm not sure.
I do believe. I know they have wing carts there, and it's the same ones that were up at Jug earlier last year.
Oh, that's the Southeastern. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's Southeastern. Yeah.
Yeah, like the mini wings or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what I'd like to learn, but I've that's where they go a lot. I've seen them post stuff on there. So I mean, I'm still blown away by the Ginny dog, to be honest with you.
I actually had a couple of people here on the line that verified that they're delicious. Jared.
Yeah, I was reading that.
Yeah. They vouched for it, and they said that you got one of the smoothest tracks around. It makes it hard to go anywhere else. So it sounds like to me you got yourself a good group of guys. So I mean, take a moment also too to shout out some of your regulars who come out there.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of good guys. I'm trying to see here what we got on here. See, you got Jared Lute. He's former. We do what we call the world race down here, world champion. He won that there not past year before. Good guy, good driver. Always a good buddy to hang out with.
Yeah.
You got Johnny Brandon. He hasn't run here much this year, but he's run here quite a bit over time.
Yeah.
Good guy, good driver. But
Looks
we
like you
got
got
a
Todd.
he's a good friend of mine. He's a hunting buddy. I want to get him down here though. I want to get him in a cart. Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
hey, guys! If you're listening, thanks for hopping on here. I love fan
thank you.
interaction.
Oh, this is what it's about. Getting the word out. It's such a small community anyhow. And getting all of us together and getting on the same page. Sorry, man, my dog's trying to get on the show.
Hey, I usually have kids and wives, so.
Right. So, the community's so small, and if we all come together, man, we can all go and have a place to race every weekend and meet new friends and hell, man, we all can become family almost, that's what I love about it. That's what I want it to happen. It sounds like to me, man, like you have a good thing going on down there. Like you're not in it for the money. You're not in it for the glory rights. You're in it because you love racing. You want to give people a good place to come race. And I commend you. So I have questions. So what is it like for you owning your own business? You're a logger, right? And so how do you balance that and like track prep and getting the carts ready, the maintenance on them? How do you do that, man?
Oh, it's a lot of hours really, as far as that goes, because it never fails. I'll try to get everything ready for, all the carts. If sometimes I expect other people coming, or I'll get a message and then somebody say, hey, you got an extra one I can run this week. And then I'm working on that. Then I'm trying to maintain my own, which it gets neglected a lot of times because of that. But then there's a lot of Friday nights. I got a video on YouTube about track prep, or behind the scenes, I think what's called. CJ Speedway behind the scenes. And there's a lot of Friday nights getting the track ready, all day Saturday, to just try to make sure that it's right and ready to go. It's more of a real process getting the track ready than I've seen other tracks do. Really basically tear it down and build it every week.
Wow. That's got to be hours upon hours on top of, your full-time job. And, I'm just probably, tell me if I'm wrong, but, you're also probably the ones that are making the hot dogs too, right? Like, she just makes the sauce. You're the one that's making the hot dogs. So
no, I don't make them. She makes everything.
Yeah.
I'm the my title's official taste tester.
Taste tester. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, if you ever need somebody else, and I'm up that way.
Yeah.
How well does it? How well does it go in the mail?
We
not
can
very
try
well
to
to
upload,
Atlanta.
maybe.
We can try. My wife would be like, just go down there and eat hot dogs, man. Don't even take no money with you. I'm like, yes, dear. And that's what I'd go do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're track prepping, you're saying you're tearing it down and redoing it every week. Is that how you're keeping it so smooth?
Yeah.
I seen a guy on here say, man, it's the smoothest around. So,
yeah.
It's
usually just as smooth as it can be. If I say the track's rough, that's a stretch most of the time, because I really. It's like I said, it's an all day job, or sometimes even the night before. But I'll disc it and I'll till it, I'll grade it, then I'll water it, and then I'll water it some more, disc it and till it and grade it again. And then usually by race time, it's good to go.
That's got to be fast.
That's what I like to hear. When we've had a lot of track runners, and the amount of personal time that they put into their track and how much pride they put into it, and it shows.
Right,
week after week. So
yeah, you
awesome.
can tell if somebody's put time in it, or if somebody hasn't put time in it. You can
exactly. Yeah.
And then you got to contend with weather. This year we had a pretty dry year, so at one point I was running water out of a spigot to fill up my water tanks. Well, I got a creek that I usually get water out of, but it went plumb dry this year, and I got some issues from that. Water bill a little high a few times, but we took care of it and got the track ready anyway.
Mrs. didn't like that, did she? Yeah. Didn't know about it until now. You didn't even say anything. I got that one, Dave. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
It's all right. You don't need to know.
Can we
what
edit
it
that
costs.
part out? We'll edit it out, right?
I would.
Dude, we'll get
She's
with
probably
our.
sitting there
we'll
looking
get
at you with the evil eye,
production
like,
staff.
well, wait till this is over with.
I'm getting one of these right now.
Yeah. Wait till the show's over with, guys. Just wait, you know.
Hey, if we don't hear from you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, okay, so like, man, I'm just blown away. Like, I mean, I'm literally blown away that you and your family, you and your wife, and all these guys are doing this down there, and you don't charge. I mean, that is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to bring just a big old group of guys down there and let's go race, man. You know, and have fun on a Saturday night. You know.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun. We've got some guys that have coming down. I've seen some guys that got in contact with Facebook here. I think there's some up around Marietta that wanted to come down and run.
Okay.
So this year, I'm not sure. Then every time I post a video, it seems like I meet somebody new. And
yeah, that's kind of the way it goes.
They ask about the track, where it's at, and I invite pretty much anybody as far as that goes. I don't run anybody off. But
so where exactly are you? So where exactly are you located at down there?
McDermott, Ohio, actually.
McDermott, Ohio.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So okay. So how far was you away from the polar bear bash that they just had down there? And
probably about 30 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's not bad.
So no, so you're is that kind of down there by Atomic Raceway, past Atomic or Portsmouth?
A little further south there, yeah.
A little further south. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. When you guys were growing up, is that where you guys raced at? Was KC Raceway? Now it's Atomic.
Yeah. Well, it originally was Atomic. Went to KC, and then went back to Atomic again. So
yeah, it switched.
But, well, there used to be more tracks around this area, but because the sport kind of getting out of hand, it's kind of died off. We used to have one in Southern Ohio Speedways where I grew up at. It's in South Webster, Ohio.
Okay.
That's where my dad run. And then my grandpa and his brother run there a lot back in the 60s. And then there used to be one in Brown County, Ohio. And my grandpa run a lot out there. My uncle, he run open wheel modifieds there. And he run for years down at Portsmouth Raceway Park. So he run there, and I run there at Portsmouth. Then I run Brush Creek Motorsports out here in Peebles, and then Portsmouth. Then even in Kentucky, there was a place, Mud Lick, Kentucky, a little hole in the wall, but it had good dirt, had real good dirt. So that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So I got a guy, Terry Odom.
I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah. So I since you're a track owner and you're kind of open, and your rules are kind of governed by you guys kind of govern your own rules. Is there a certain tire brand or anything that you guys go by? I know some tracks are certain tires only. You know what I mean?
No, unless Vega or Burris wants to start passing out tires, no, anybody can run what they want.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I'm no tire snob or anything like that. Now, we did have some treads. Treads tend to cause more problems than they help, so probably not going to do treads anymore. Mm-hmm. But other than that, slicks, whatever you want to run.
Did the treads tear your track up? Did they run it up pretty good?
It can, yeah.
Yeah, that's the consensus I've got from other people. I've never ran treads, but I've heard that it can go both ways, but the tendency has that it likes to rut a lot.
Well, we didn't have so much rutting issues as it create too much of a cushion on top of the track, because we tend to run all over the track.
Okay.
We'll run right up against the wall or right on the bottom. We'll go 3 and 4 wide. We're not following the leader at all. So if you got too much tread, throwing too much rooster tail up there, then you get too much of a cushion, and it just kills it for everybody. Makes a 1-lane track. So that's kind of where that, treads wasn't a bad thing at first, and not that they're bad now, but it just kind of evens the playing field, keeps the track better all the way across.
Yeah, like so, Terry, like the track that I normally run at, It's a slick tire. Has to be a slick tire. You can either run a Burris or they. I personally, and they like Cobra. Um, I like Cobra for many reasons. I think it cuts really well. I think it takes prep very well. I've never had a problem out of it. Me personally, I could just never get the hang of a Burris tire. I don't know what I was doing wrong. It's just one thing that I just never really mastered at that point. But I ended up mastering the Cobra, how to get it ready. Which I run in a stock appearing mod class, so I run a lot bigger motor than a stock.
Yeah.
So I have to do a lot of tire prep to get mine to stick. But it really depends on track to track what they want you to run.
Yeah.
Like I do believe, I don't want to say it, but I'm almost certain like Little Muskie is Burst. They're a Burst track. I know anything that Bear does. I think he's a Burris guy. So I think it's kind of dependent on what the track wants to do. It could be an open tire rule or whatever. I mean, Jug's kind of an open tire. I mean, they prefer Cobra or Burris. You know,
That's what we run. We run Burris.
Yeah.
I personally like the. I've had success with the Burris's myself.
I'm not talking bad about them. Trust me,
No.
I'm not. That's
what I prefer. Yeah.
I never mastered the Burris. That they cut different. They take different preps. You know what I mean? Yes, I am familiar with Reaper. I've never been able to run a set of Reapers. I know I was looking into going to Reaper last year, but just never made the transition. I would like to try them at some point in time. Maybe I just need to reach out to them and get.
Then you run some. Then you run some
that?
Hoosiers at the end of the year.
I ran Hoosier too. I liked Hoosier. Hoosier was good. The thing I found out with Hoosiers, man, they'll fire off real quick and they'll get you going, but they have a tendency. Mine had a tendency to fall off as we was racing, so it got slicker for me. The Burris, man, I could just never fire off, but I had good mid race, but then it fell off again, and I think it was a lot of my doing. So, like I said, I'm not going to say that they're a bad tire. I think they're phenomenal tire. I just never mastered them. You know what I mean? Shane, you on the other hand, you mastered them. I mastered the Cobra. So
I had how many sets, and I had a tire I was doing it this way, another tire I was doing it this way, and then I found my niche and I just stuck with it.
Yeah. So
it got to the point where we dure those tires one time and I had them way too
soft.
Way too soft. I'm like, I gotta cut this out.
I don't think the Duro should be like a 40, Shane. I think that's way too soft.
I think it might even been lower than that.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta stop with that one.
Jake, do you have a preference on tire, or is it just whatever?
Personally, I've been sticking with the Yellow Vega. They do real well.
Okay.
Now I've run Hoosiers, I've run Burris, and on any given night, it don't really matter as far as the tires go. Nobody preps at the track. We don't clean and wash tires at the track. You do your prep.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not a rule that you can't, but when we get out here doing our thing, nobody messes with prepping the tires at the track. We just do it through the week. That way, do more racing instead of, prepping. So that's what we're doing there. But at the same time, like I said, it could be a Burris, Yellow Vega, Hoosier. We've tried running some Cobras, which I'm gonna get with you. If you say you can fix them, I want to know how.
I like him, man.
He does a good job. I will admit he does.
Because we've tried some Cobras, didn't have much luck with them. I'm not knocking them. Maybe we just couldn't figure them out.
It took me, be honest with you, it took me a season to figure them out. It's the way I cut them and the way I prep them that they work for me. I can tell you how I do it. You try it, you let me know. But I found it. But I have heard good things about Reaper. I've just never ever had a set to play with to figure it out. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I can't speak. I mean, if hey, if Reapers listen to this and they want to send me a set of tires, get a hold of me. I'll give you my honest opinion. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? I will run them. I will run the crap out of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's the only way you can learn.
Yeah, it's the only way you're going to learn it. I mean, I've never tried Vega. I know a couple guys that have tried Vega. They've had pretty good success with them. Never used them.
They seem to fire pretty quick, and they stay pretty consistent. What we're doing down here.
Phil's getting his leg bitten off. Girls are going night-night. They're coming in here. Say night-night, Daddy. Nope.
Sorry.
There we go. You're muted. I would say.
My daughter and my wife came home, and the dog just starts going crazy.
That's all right. It's all right.
That's what it's all about anyway.
Yeah, but no, with my burruses, I mean, you can ask Phil. I'm a person who likes to try, do, and test, and I will tinker, and that was one thing I did in the off season was just I want to piss with these burruses, and I got a lot of different sets, and I was trying different things, cutting it with this, washing it with this, and I found what worked for me, and I stuck with it. And at the end of the year, man, I was messing around with other people's burst tires, and it was like, dude, what you did was pretty good.
I mean, you
but I couldn't do it with the Cobras though. I tried it with the Cobras, and it didn't work. It didn't work. So
and see, I think what I do is a lot simpler than what all the stuff that you do to get yours.
It is. You're right.
To do.
You're right.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like
I was doing it.
I'm just used to it by
really
now.
Cheap,
you know what I mean?
I was trying to do it really cheap, on a budget and stuff like that.
Right. Like I mean, I'll tell you, man. Like, man, tire prep is huge. I don't care what anybody says. Tire prep is huge. Your cart's got to be free rolling to get speed and keep your momentum, and maintenance is huge, and tire prep is huge. I don't know how much you prep, Jake, or what you use, but man, there's so many preps out there. You just don't know. You don't know what the hell to.
There's a lot of prep out there. We keep it pretty simple as far as prep goes. Not try to get crazy with it, because that just adds to cost of other things you got to do already anyway.
Right. That's what I said. I was buying over the counter stuff you could buy at Walmart to mess around with, and as I said, what I was doing, it was working for me, and I could just go down to Walmart and get it.
Yeah. Not me, on the other hand. I buy the crap that is expensive as crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I've got different things been given to me. I've tried this and tried that, some different things just to see what happens and how it reacts. We run a lot of laps through the night. See, typically we'll run our heat races, and then we'll have a points feature, and then after that we'll draw a pill, and we'll run 2 to 3 more features, and those are all 20 features. Yeah.
Really? So you guys are doing some serious racing down there on Saturday night.
I don't like that.
We'll do 60, 80 laps. Yeah, no problem.
Oh my God! So when just remember, Shane, if we ever go down there, we gotta be prepared to run some laps, because they're running some serious laps down there.
Eat your Wheaties.
Eat your Wheaties, man, and some more hot dogs. So you said you run a points race. So what is that? How's that?
Okay, so we do your first. We'll draw a pill for heat placement. And then we get in there, we run our heats, how you qualify in your heats, how you line up in the feature. And then the first feature, that's a points race. And we keep track of that through all the year. And at the end of the year, we'll have points winners for that. And then what we have after that, we'll just draw a pill for other features, because if night's still young, we've run till daylight. We'll just keep going. It just depends on how everybody's feeling that night. And if, hey, you want to run another one? Heck yeah, I'll run another one. And then we'll just keep going. There's been nights where we'll run everything, and then there's be 2 of us out there just going stupid for the next 35 minutes or so.
So they got the points race, they got the hot dog race, they've got the trophy race.
I love it, man. This is great. Like, this is kind of like, what in the world? This is awesome. Like,
Now,
see, that's what I've always said. Like the racer is kind of like we're all kids, and we're adults, but we're all kids, right? And like, like we was all growing up. I'm sure, like you had your own idol when you was growing up in the racing world. Shane did, I did. We all come from different backgrounds, and it's like if I go out there and race, man, I want to race. Give me my 20 laps, and then let me go back, catch my breath, chug a Mountain Dew, and I'm ready to go back out there as long as the motor's not hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll go back out there. I like that, man, and I love it that you're keeping points. I love it.
That's fun.
So, yeah, the points thing. So when you accumulate points all through the year, and does that get you into like the championship, or I mean, how does that work?
Points winner at the end of the year is separate from the championship race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The points still apply from that race toward it, but if you win the points championship, you get a jacket.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
You get a CJ Speedway jacket?
Yeah.
Oh my.
What?
Do you have an example of one? I gotta see it.
I gotta see it now, man. I like this, man. I honestly like that.
I do too.
It's pretty kick ass, bro.
I like that.
Look at that.
I like that.
Dude, I like that.
I like that a lot.
I like that, man. That is
It's nothing crazy. It's simple.
No.
It's useful. I throw it on. I would be proud of it.
Hell,
it's
you
like
could have
this.
told me. You could have told me, Shane, that the winner of the championship gets a 10-millimeter socket. You know how many sockets I lose a year? 10 millimeter. I'd have been like, all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have loved it.
I like things like that.
I
like
do too,
hats.
man. It's great.
I like
Yeah,
hats, shirts, jackets.
Jackets.
Like that hat. Now, do you sell those hats?
I had these made up last year. Give everybody hats at the end of the year too.
Okay.
And then this year we didn't do hats. We did shirts.
I like it.
See?
So when we have our banquet at the end of the year, I always find something.
So yeah, I just seen it. Darren put on there. You guys have a dinner, awards dinner.
Yeah. We
Oh
have
my
a
God.
banquet at the end of the year.
Do you do that at your house, or where do you?
No, we got a separate place over. We use the church fellowship hall for that. And
awesome.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get in there. Usually by then it's cold, so we'll do that there, and we'll have a big dinner and pass out everything and get everybody took care of. And
wow, and you front all this, man. That is crazy, man. I definitely applaud you because you don't get that. You don't get that all the time, man. You know.
Well,
what I mean?
we got a good group of guys too.
That's awesome. If you ever get any extras, let me know them hats. I'll send you up some money. Send me one down. I can do that. I like sporting stuff like that. I wear the crap out of hats and shirts and stuff.
Oh yeah, man, sure. Yeah. I mean, I do that crap all the time, man. That's great. I'm sorry, man. I'm just blown away that you go there. There's no entry fee. Mm-hmm. You run what you brung, pretty much, which I love that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure if somebody shows up with a small block open motor, somebody's going to have the kahunas enough in your group to go out there and run with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
2, the concession stand is tip only. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. You have a points race. You have a awards banquet at the end of the year.
It's legit. It's like a legit.
You start at 7, and you might stop racing at 7 a.m. Now you started at 7 p.m. and you're going to run until 7 a.m. What is wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with that. I love it.
There's been lots of Saturdays it's been 24 hours. I mean,
yeah.
From starting in the morning, getting everything ready, to racing all night long, and then
it's like the 24 hours of Le Mans out there, right?
You might as well hold the very first 24-hour go-kart race, man.
Yeah.
Get you 4 guys and just run the crap for 24 hours. I mean, you might have to replace a motor because the motor probably going to burn up on you. But
Nah.
you know what I mean?
Let's have
why
a
not?
garden hose out there and cool it down. You'll be all right.
Yeah. Come in there for the pits, cool down. I mean, that's
Right.
crazy.
I think I need cooled off more than the motor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just have a hot dog in one hand, cruising around eating it, man. That'd be the way to go. Got a
You
Ginny
wanna talk
dog
about
and
it,
got
that's
some
more than
Ginny
an
dog in
endurance
you, and you're
race.
good to go, man. That's all the fuel you need, bud.
Yeah.
Gee, what was those beer hats where they had the the thing that had the straw running
I
into
put
your
one in
helmet,
a
and you just start racing, man, and just come in and get topped off. Just pop me 2 Mountain Dews and one Mountain Dew and a Monster. We'll be good. Just
That's
keep on.
Southern
I love
Ohio
it,
racing
man.
right there.
Oh man, isn't it ever, man? That's the craziest stuff, man. I love it.
And then there's a lot of nights too when we get done. If someone had a little trouble that night, as far as handling issues, things of that nature, we'll stick around and work on it and make laps until they're ready to quit. Yeah.
I assumed you guys did that. I mean,
Yeah.
that from what it sounds like, you guys you're going to, if somebody's having issues, everybody's over there jumping in and getting that guy straightened back up. So I meant, from what it sounds, I already knew that was going to happen. So, but yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
And that's one thing, like where I race at, which is Jug, they do the same thing. After all the races done, they Brian and Kathy, they keep the lights on, and you can go run until your heart's content. I mean, I've heard stories of them guys being out there to 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning racing on. Man, I'm already home. I got an hour drive. You know what I mean?
Have you ever heard the story how my very first day showing up at the track? I like that. It's probably whoever's listening all the time. They're like, man, we've heard it, but I mean, I literally showed up with my daughter in a cart with a wrench in a cart, and Phil's yelling at me and goes, "You can't send that girl out there on them tires." So what's he do? I didn't even know this man from Adam. He goes and gets a sets of tires off out of his trailer, throws it on my daughter's cart, and I was like, I learned so much from that one night. And if it wasn't for him and a few other people there, we probably wouldn't have came back. And now, I'm 4 carts deep in a team, and it just took that one person to just help out. And now I feel obligated to return that to other people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What he's failing to tell you, Jake, sir, is the tires had cord showing all the way across the tires.
They're just getting broke in. Broke in.
I mean, I would go run them, but I am not sending a young 14-year-old girl, first time ever racing out there on a tires that have cord showing. I was like, what are you doing?
They're not bad until you see the string start hanging off the side.
Oh, it was already past that point.
It was already past that.
It was past
That's what I'm saying. It was past that part already. You know what I mean? Like,
then I had one tire with plugs in it. Remember the tire had plugs in it?
Yeah, somebody plugged it.
Yeah, I was like, so we bought that cart. I bought it, at a charity event, and I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about this sport at all, and and I got in with out there at Jug. They said, bring the cart out, we'll get you out there, and they sure enough, they got us out there, and ever since we were hooked. And it's tracks like yours that reminds me of tracks like that, where you're getting people there for life. You know what I mean? You've got people hooked for life, regardless if they're just running at your place. You're changing lives. Let's be real. That's what you're doing in an amazing way.
Oh, most definitely. I feel the same way. I was just reading a comment here from John. He said he showed up at your track and he had his cart in the back of a minivan. You know what's ironic about that? So there's a guy where we race at, a young kid, not going to lie, great racer. He has done the same thing every year, every weekend. He is there in the back of a minivan, and I applaud it. Hey, and and I'll tell you, man, when I started, my son had bought a cart from a guy up in Columbus, didn't know nothing about it. And he went to one track, didn't didn't like it because they were kind of rude to him because he didn't know anything. So he found the jug run, and I went up there with him. It's my boy, you know what I mean? So I went, and we got him racing. And one of the guys, which he'll be on here next week, he was like, "So when are you going to start racing?" And I was like, "Oh man, nah, not me. You know, I'd love to, but it's expensive and stuff." And his exact word was bullshit. And he goes, "You be here next week." And I show up. That damn dude had a cart and a motor and everything. He goes, "There you go." And that's kind of what started. And I will always thank him because, like, that's the reason why I get to do what I get to do with my son and make memories. And he become a really good close friend. So I always felt obligated to pay that back. But we showed up. We were stacking 2 carts,
I
2
remember that.
deep in a bed of a pickup truck, and strapping
You
them
had
down
one
and
this
off the
way,
road
and then
we
had
went.
one this way, and
and cart stands piled on top of it, and a toolbox, and tires in the back seat. We were down the highway. We went, man. Nobody can go with us. It was just me and my son. Anybody wanted to go watch, you better bring a car with you because there was no room. There is no room. I love it. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about, man. Is those memories? Like you know what I mean? Like him showing up in the back of a minivan. That is, hey man, hats off to you, bud. You go, bud, John. You keep it up.
That's pretty commonplace. I mean, they'll stick them in anything. Bring them out here.
Well, I mean, you know, you don't need this big ass 32-foot trailer, man. You know what I mean? You see some guys pull up there, man. Like I've been to a couple tracks and they pull up, and I'm like, what in the hell are you hauling? And they got one cart in that damn thing. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, freaking waste. You know what I mean?
I still got that old
spending that kind of money. I mean, if they want to, that's fine. More power to them. But I'd rather, you know, see somebody on just a pile of junk they drug out somebody's backyard almost and bring it in, and then, hey, let's fix it, get you going, see if you like it. You know, you want to find something else.
He can attest to this. I probably had more money in my cart than the truck I drove.
Yeah,
to the track this year. I'll be dead honest.
Hey, and the thing is, man, I don't care. As long as that thing has got 4 wheels and it can get you there, go for it.
And if not, we'll find somebody to help get you there.
Yeah, I'll come and get you if I have to. I mean, I mean, I've told you that before. I'll come and get you. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I spent a lot of time in the garage. Different guys. We scale all the time, change things all the time, do a lot of chassis adjustments and things like that. Just moving seats, offsets, all kinds of things. I bring a lot of that from back when we run dirt cars and things like that. Try to do a lot of chassis adjustments. We talked about tires earlier. I'm kind of the idea from what we done back then. We get our tires more of a baseline on tires to where they're going to be performing equally, and then we tune the chassis to how we want it to run. So that's kind of how we done the big cars. That's kind of how we're relating to the small cars. So we do a lot of chassis adjustments.
Okay, so you're tuning your cart to the chassis of your track to the chassis to the track. So on your tire, when you're getting your tires ready, how are you prepping them? I don't want you to tell me any of your secrets or anything, but are you cutting them? Or are you prepping throughout the week? Or
let's see, I think I cut mine maybe 3 or 4 times last year total.
Really?
Yeah. Just whenever it looks like it needs it to me, I'll do it. That's about it. As far as that goes, prep. I've tried different preps, but we don't get crazy on the prep. Some guys use it, some guys don't. Different nights, I haven't seen where it helps. To be honest with you, I've tried different stuff that I feel like it really made a whole lot of difference. After we run as many laps as we do, and we don't refresh it, I feel like once your tire goes away from the prep leaving it, you don't regain the same handling.
Right.
You lose consistency.
Yeah. So your track, is it is it do you run your track dry or on the kind of medium or wet side or?
Well, it's more on the tacky side, so yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of that depends on the weather.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a pretty heavy track, and then sometimes it's borderline a little too dry for my taste. But it just depends on what the weather does. But
Right.
I don't really. We just kind of started this all on our own, and I've not really got out into the other go-kart tracks. I've been to a few, but since we're down here running every Saturday night, I don't get a chance to visit many others.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we've had some guys come in that run other go-kart tracks and things like that, but mostly I try to relate everything from when we run the dirt cars and just kind of go from there. And when we turn as many laps as we do, I think we go, like I said, get your tires to a baseline or how you want them, where they're going to stay that way almost all night. And that way it's consistent through the night, because you might not win the first feature, but you might win the third feature. And so that kind of keeps you squared up across the board. And then you don't have to come back in and clean and re-prep and do all that either.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because once you get 80 laps in one, that prep you put in it 80 laps ago, probably not going to be there.
It's not going to be there. Trust me. If it is, I'd be surprised, but I don't think it'd be there after 80 laps.
No.
So what kind of prep do you tend to lean towards that you have?
We've got some guys using some black sand.
Okay.
Me myself, I really don't prep much as far as that goes. I've got some. I'd have to look at the bottle, to be honest with you, again, because I don't use a lot of it. It seems to do fine without the extra prep at the track.
It sounds like your track is just sticky. Like it's just.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah. We don't really have a dry. Occasionally have a dry slick track, but not very often. No. But we'll scuff tires ever so often. We've got some guys that do it about every week, and not really a big advantage to it. Like I said, when we run so many laps, by the time you get all your laps in and nobody's prepping at the track, you might have a real tight cart if you prep for your feature going in or even heat race. But by the time your second feature in and all your prep goes away, then your cart's a completely different animal than what it was beforehand. So that's why we kind of tune more chassis than we do tires. Not that tires aren't, we try to get tires good, but I'd rather have a consistent tire than something that's going to be good for 10, 12 laps.
So when you built your track, did you have clay brought in, or did you just dig down till you got to this?
No, we just dug down.
Dug down till you got to this. Okay. And then how did you do your banking? What's your pitch? Do you have like a pitch, or is it just whatever? That feels good to me, man. We're going to run it.
It's basically, I kind of just eyeballed it to how it felt good going around the track. Just trying to get the turns coming off the way I wanted them to feel like coming off and things like that nature. Just build my feel more and just try to get everything measured perfectly.
Yeah. Did you say you got 4 lanes around there that you guys run?
Oh, yeah. We'll go 4 wide all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Wow. I mean, so how wide is your track?
It's not that wide. we cram it in there like sardines. Yeah. If you get a chance to check out some of the videos, we shouldn't go 4 wide, but we do.
Yeah, I mean, it only take one guy to make a mistake, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's been lots of times we've been going in 4 wide, and you just kind of tense up, hope everybody don't, everybody hold their line.
Yeah, hold their own, boys. Don't move up, don't move down, because
I like that.
I like that, man. I like that. I'm going. You know what I mean? Like,
nobody was backing off. One of the first times it happened, I think it was the first year we'd done that. We all went through. I think it was 4 wide. We all went through, and everybody just kind of looked at each other. We come out the other side. It's like, good job. Nobody died.
So
I just put you can watch this too. I put a video on today. It's CJ Speedway Spills and Thrills. It's the wrecks that we've had over the last few years.
Oh, okay.
You'll see some of that there. They'll tell you, sometimes that 4 wide don't pay off.
Nah.
But, sometimes it does.
So what is some of the biggest problems that you ran into being a track owner, prepper, cart manager, concession stand?
Lots of sleep. Lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep.
Yeah, I didn't know if does any of the guys come down and help you the night before?
Yeah, I've had some guys come down and help. Yeah, quite a few times had some guys come down and help with the track and things like that. Not everybody does, but I don't expect anybody to do it. If they show up, that's great. If they don't show up, I'm still going to do it.
So what is it that you do for a living? Now that you're talking about lack of sleep, like what is it that you do?
He's
day to day.
I log for a living.
That's what I remember saying you log for a living.
Yeah.
So that's
pretty long.
That's a demanding job.
Yeah, that's a
now.
demanding job.
Do you haul or you cut or what do you do? All of it.
Do the whole thing.
Yeah. Wow, man. Gee, Christmas, man.
We just me and my dad, we do it together. We got we do that. I've done every job there, and I've hauled, I've cut, done the whole 9 yards as far as that goes.
Family owned business.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So is there a log mill that's close by where you guys take them to? Or
well, you guys have been through Chillicothe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be Meat Paper Company up there.
Yeah.
That place is horrible.
Yes.
That place is horrible. Trust me. Well, what I do for a living is I do inspections of lines sewer lines, water lines. One of the worst places I've ever been in my entire life.
I guarantee it. Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
That place is grandfathered in so many times over. It's funny.
Really?
Oh yeah, but at the same time, that helps supply a lot of people here in the tri-state area.
They employ a lot of people there too.
Oh yeah. They used to be responsible for 51% of the paper in the United States, but I don't think they're quite that big anymore.
Yeah,
but
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But yeah. But
you
always go by. It's got its own smell.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
That it does. Now, what is it that you do like to do outside of racing? Like, what is something that, if you're not racing, that you also like to get into?
I used to hunt a lot, but I don't really hunt as much as I used to. We still got a group of guys. One of them's on here, old Todd. Hey, Todd. We get together and we hunt during gun week and everything, but I'm not into it near as much as I used to. If I'm not working, usually I'm in the garage. I mean, just pretty much all the time.
Wrenching them.
I've got two. Yeah, I got two up there now that don't belong to me that I'm kind of hosting, I guess, for the winter.
Yeah, I got you.
So, if there's anything needs done to them, I'll work on them, or anything on the other ones. I got a couple old ones that got no motors on them right now, a couple old trick chassis. I'm going to slap some motors on them for this year, too. Just have something somebody shows up and want to hop on, too.
That's cool.
Almost sounds like you need to become a Harbor Freight insider. That way you can get that deal when they're like $89.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, been there. Already got that. Preferred member, got the card. They was going to give me a T-shirt, but I didn't get that. We was looking for Hemis and couldn't find any, and I happened to call down to Maysville, Kentucky. They had 8 Hemis, and that's all they had. And we couldn't find any around here when this was getting started, and everybody was trying to find a motor. And I went down there and got 8 Hemis and brought them back and had them in the back of the car. And so when everybody got here, we started passing out motors, just make sure somebody got something to run.
Oh my God, man! Like
that's awesome.
It's awesome, man. You just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Like, you are like truly, honestly, like an ambassador to the sport. You fit the bill for everything. You know what I mean? You go out of your way. You're trying to find guys' motors also, and I mean that's just crazy.
These are the kind of people that we want on here. That's
right.
They'll do whatever.
Now, does your kids?
It's nothing. We go, not just me, but there's other guys come to the track. We do the same thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
We go to swap meets and everything. We stock up on as much as we can. And if somebody comes, they usually don't run, or they're trying to get into it. We got extra stuff just in case they break down.
Cool.
It fits ours. Don't get me wrong, but if they're broke down, we'll get them going so they can get out there and run. because there's nothing worse than if you really want to run and you're sitting there in the infield and you're just watching everybody go around.
Right.
Wishing you could be out there, but if we can get somebody going, get them out there, making laps, that's the main thing.
I think we've all been in that situation, but also we've all been in that situation where we had other people get us back out there too.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a voucher for that. I mean, I run a 3-disc clutch on mine, and mine exploded in hot laps, and I was back there madder than a hornet, man. I mean, I was mad. I start putting my stuff up, man, and the guy next to me, man, was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm done." Like, "Oh no, you're not either." He went in there and took my clutch in, and we rebuilt it right there on his bench with all of his parts. He's like, "No, there you go." And I finished second right behind him. And then at the end, he was like, "If I knew that was behind me, if you'd have won," he goes, "I would have probably charged you." And I was like, "Oh, you're what an ass." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew.
I tell you, I get a lot of enjoyment sometimes just out of helping people. If you see someone succeed, you had a hand in that. That helps you out in here.
Yep.
For you've seen them. They come this week. They couldn't fall out of a tree if they had to. You help make some adjustments. You maybe fix this or help them find that. Get them going. Then they come out, win a heat, win a feature. I get thrilled over that.
That's like a win for you almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger win for you. I'm the same way. Shane, you're the same way. Trevor, Ben. I mean, it's a bigger win than. I'd be happy. Like I've told everybody, I'll help you put it together. You go out there, man. Your goal is out to beat me. You know what I mean? And when you beat me, I'm going to give you a high five, man. Like, hey, man, way to go. You know what I mean? Like,
but it ain't happening next week.
Yeah, it ain't happening next week, bud. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, that's what it's about.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, we try to keep everybody going that way. You got more people out there on the track. You're competitive. And like I said earlier, if you come out here and you build a motor that's just absolutely blows everybody away, one week that's fine. Next week, come back, detune whatever it takes to get you where you need to be. But then after that, it's more fun running in the pack, like running 3 wide or just having to fight to earn that win. Whereas if you're just out there blowing everybody's doors off, that gets old.
Well, I think it also deters them too, the people you're racing with, because like I mean, I've been there. I think we all been there, but it's demoralizing. Like, man, what in the hell can I do, or what did I do wrong? And you ain't done nothing wrong. It's just, man, the dude is just got top-notch stuff, and I mean, but it does week after week after week. It gets old. And I think that's what kind of drives me in my class is like, I'm not letting him beat me this week. If he beats me, it's going to be because of me. You know what I mean? And I will run. I mean, I ran that thing through the tires so many times last year.
You ran the tires off of it.
I ran the tires off of it just trying to run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there were some times where I'm like going in, I don't know if it's going to hold, but oh my God, and come out and it's like, oh my God, that tire could not have been. It felt like I was at Daytona, like right off the wall. Like, like, oh my God, if I catch, I'm going for a ride.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's the competitor in me, man. I'm the same way, but I'm also the type of guy too. If you blow your motor, I'll give you mine off my cart. And
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. I mean, I've been there. I've been in the winner's circle. I'd rather see you go out there and win and I mean,
everybody wants to win, and it's anybody's ball game, really. I mean, anybody can show up on our regular night, so to speak. You never know. I mean, we all get out there, and everybody says they're going to win regardless. But you get out there, and you never know. You might be hot tonight, or maybe someone else's night. And then you got nights where the track's more in their favor than it was in yours. And that's the other thing. Reading the track comes into play a lot on your adjustments and how you're going to run that night too. Some people don't read the track. I've seen that from dirt track racing into the go-kart racing, and even at the polar bear up there the other night. Some people they wasn't reading the track for what it was going on there, and they wasn't making the adjustments that they needed to make. and that's something that some people, it takes time. And then some people, they need to get with that person to help teach them that. But, it's just that stuff right there that it all comes down into racing. I got a friend of mine, he comes from dirt track background too, which majority of us down here do. But we always go out and we look at the track about right before feature time, and we'll start looking and seeing what we need to do, or ask each other what are you going to do? And he's like, well, I'm going to do this. What are you going to do? And then we'll go back and forth and just see and just try to predict what it's going to do. And sometimes it's a gamble. We make a little, a little too much of an adjustment and it hurts you, or just stuff like that. And to me, that's fun. I like to do that kind of stuff, just figure things out. So I like going and helping guys, that are having issues like that. That way they can go out there, they do better, and they got better racing experience. And then I got somebody else that, knocking on my door because I help make them faster. Don't bother me at all.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. Like, that's what you got to look at the track. You got to figure out like how much air I think it's going to take this, or I might move a stagger out, or I might, you know what I mean? Or I don't think this set of tires is going to work. I might try those old ones that I had in there for 2 months. They ain't had no air in them. I'll air them up and put them on and see what happens, and it works out that like it's probably the fastest it's been all night. You know what I mean? It's just what the track takes,
Or I go out and buy a 17, 18 tooth clutch because I want to try this out because I just want to know. And
or Shane comes up with this crazy idea. I'm going to buy a 9-tooth front driver. Let's see. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, it works. It works.
I've seen those. I've seen that.
It works.
I've seen that.
It was 10 tooth. It was 10 tooth.
God, Shane.
Have you seen the 9s where they step down?
Yes.
I went with
I don't know how well they hold up down here.
Not very well.
I don't know how well they hold up where
so
we
much.
race, man. I mean,
smaller track, it worked really good for me. You're not throwing on a big track. It's just ain't gonna work.
I just don't know if they'd take the abuse that we really run them through the ringer down here. As far as clutch sprockets goes, drivers they don't live long.
You guys,
we got one cart. I had to put a jack shaft on him to get him where he needed to be.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
So
and how did that fare out for him?
That fared out very well for him.
Really?
Yeah, he got his first heat and feature win, clean sweep this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, do you guys majorly run drum clutch or clutch disc? Or
we just run drum clutch. It's we run max torque, and Hillard clutches, Infernos, stuff like that. That way, nobody's having to pay oodles of money for a clutch, something like that. And we just adjust the springs down in them to when we take off, they're locked. We don't have to, get them to where we got a certain stall or anything like that. As long as they'll idle, you're good to go.
So would it be out of the norm for somebody to show up that runs on methanol and a 3-disc clutch and
we don't have anybody
vent tubes coming out of the side cover because they got so much crank pressure? And
we've had some of that before. We had one guy trying to do that before, and then he kind of stepped it back down, but nothing crazy. We don't run alcohol. I do keep fire extinguishers down there because you never know. But alcohol is a little on the dangerous side, and most of the guys are running pump gas. Some of us will run Cam 2, and really it's not for any kind of performance issue. It's just it puts us back to the racing days when we was at the racetrack. So
they just want the smell of it.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah. That's why I like methanol, because I come from the drag racing side of it. And it's like I remember that smell so much.
As soon as it hits you,
you
smell the dirt, smell the fuel. It's right there. Yeah.
I starting to burn a little bit. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. So does your wife get out there and race with you?
No.
No.
She's been tricked into it a couple of times, but she's never done it as far as that goes. Now, I will say this. It's coming in a video I'm going to make. They did have the first stick pony race at CJ Speedway this year.
Oh.
My wife and her friend, they made a lap, man. And she won.
Really?
She did. Yeah, she won that. We had a stick pony race.
You keep looking off to the side. I'm taking it she's in the room with you.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you're in trouble.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you tricked her, I'm assuming you tricked her out to go out there and race. Did she like it?
No.
No.
She we had some cars sitting in the infield, and I told her I needed one moved. So to get in and steer it, I'd push. And she got in, I started. And I said, just make a lap and pull it back in where I need it at. And she thought she was really flying, but the clutch was barely engaging. So
that happened with my wife. She got out there. Remember when we finally conned her to go out there and make a few laps? And she goes, I was going fast. And I'm like,
yeah, no, you wasn't. So
no,
I tell you this story. So we're really close to a dirt track here where I live at, and we had my youngest boy had a friend that his dad ran late model, but it was a crate late model.
Yeah.
And they went down to the racetrack. He told me the story that he took his son because his son said, "Oh, I want to race it. I can race it, Dad." And they took him down there, and he said that car never was the slowest that car ever went. And he said he'd come back in the pits. He's like, "Man, I was going fast." He was like, "No, you wasn't. You was doing 42 mile an hour." Like he's like, "You wouldn't even. I don't think you got it in high gear." You know what I mean? It's just so funny that it's almost the same thing. Like, I was going so fast. No, you wasn't. Clutch wasn't even engaged. You know. So it's just surprising that you have it in your backyard and your wife just like, no,
well,
I'll make my famous hot dogs.
We call it a backyard track, but really it's my front yard, to be honest.
Oh, wow. It's your front yard.
Better.
Okay.
Even better.
Yeah.
So what your neighbors think?
I haven't had no problems, no complaints.
Do they come over and race with you guys, or
no? I haven't had that happen.
Yeah.
I really
do they come over and watch?
She can watch out her window, actually. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
I was just saying, there's definitely no homeowners association there.
No.
Yeah, no homeowners association. Well, Mr. Jake, see, this is a problem. Yeah, they ain't got none of that.
That's awesome.
That's nice, man. That's nice. So, like, okay, so you have a creek. You had to build a wall. So what kind of wall did you build?
I got some of the went to a local gravel pit and got the belting that they use there for their conveyors and things like that. It's about probably close to 1/2 inch thick, 3 foot wide, maybe a little over 3, probably about 40 inches wide. And then I drove post in and I built that around the track and followed it around.
Really?
That's what it does. It seems to work really well. It really keeps you on the track.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah, it's really helped out quite a few times, actually. So, yeah, it'll keep you on the track. You don't want to hit it, but it'll keep you on there.
Right.
That's
wow.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Great, man. It sounds like you got a great thing going on down there. It sounds like you said you got kids. Are they still racing too, or?
My kids kind of grown away from it right now. They're busy with high school, doing that kind of thing. They're
high schoolers.
Yeah, they got their own gig going on. But we do have some kids. They come here different nights, and when the kids get out there and they play in between the other races.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, imagine being a diehard racer kind of kid. You know, you grew up on it, and all your friends are like, "Man, what do you do?" I race go-karts. And they're like, "Oh, bullshit." And they show up to your house, and you got, voila, there's a big old dirt racetrack for go-karts in your front yard. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, turn into the envy of the whole school, you know what I mean? Like, no wonder.
She's had quite a few, my oldest, she's had quite a few friends come over and watch and things like that. They hang out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm. But no,
So, go ahead. What was you going to say? No, go ahead. What was you going to say?
I've noticed a lot of younger kids. I'd like to see more younger kids get into something like this.
Yeah,
it's kind of becoming a thing. You know, there's a lot of this going on with kids nowadays with their phones.
Right.
That's fine, but I like to see them outside, you know, turning wrenches or something like that. just because
I would-
it's a lot of things like that applies on all aspects of life, working on things.
Yep, that's my
Well-
daughter is a huge. Phil can vouch for this. She is for a 14-year-old girl can do more things than probably most men can do when it
That's
comes
good.
to
Right.
wrenching on
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
And she welds her own bumpers and stuff when she breaks them.
That's good.
So yeah.
well, I think if it's utilized the right way and
Mm-hmm.
being a reward instead of like,
Mhm.
hey, it's here, I can use it. No bullshit. If you got bad
Mhm.
grades in school, you're not using it,
Mhm.
or
Oh,
you know what
we
I
got a
mean, or
good.
you broke curfew or whatever it is, you can't do it. I think if parents nowadays would
Mhm.
do stuff like that and get them into something that I don't care what it is, football, baseball, racing,
Into
whatever.
something.
I prefer racing, but
Mhm.
if they use it that way, I
Mhm.
think we would all be way better off. But
Oh,
hey,
absolutely.
man, you know what I mean? I think the racing aspect of it gives you everyday life skills than it does sitting there looking at a damn phone, or you know what I mean, or I can't talk. I play video games too, man. I'm a kid at heart still. I'm 40 some years old, but you know what I mean? Like it just gives you everyday life skills, competitiveness,
Sportsmanship.
responsibility, sportsmanship, respect. If you don't respect the guy that
Responsibilities.
you're racing with, he or she's not going to respect your ass. You know what I mean?
Right.
Financial. Hey, man, you broke it. How you going to pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm saying this sport has so much to offer somebody, especially like you said, man, a youngin', a single parent, mother or father, whatever it is, man. Keep them out of trouble. Keep them away from the people that don't respect anything. I think that, it all around, there might be the next Dale Earnhardt out there, or the next Jeff Gordon, or the next Kyle Larson out there that just haven't been found yet, and they all start right here.
Exactly.
They all start right here. So I'm with it, man. I think you are doing absolutely
I applaud it.
fantastic, brother. I am so glad that we were able to get you on this show and learn about you. You're full time. You're a business owner. You're a logger. You went on vacation. You found some carts that your kids liked. You come home. You bought them. COVID hit. You said that's not going to stop us. We're going to build our own damn track in our front yard. You build it, and it's changed over the years since COVID, and now it is. Look at what it is now, man. You got 20, 25 dedicated people are coming to you every Saturday. They're you're prepping. Your wife's running the concession stand. All this is paid out of pocket by you and your wife, man, for somebody to come and enjoy a Saturday night. And dude, my hat's off to you, brother. I mean, you're the guy, man. I mean, if everybody would follow that blueprint, I mean, God knows what would happen. I really do. I commend you, man, and I'm glad to get to know you. And if you ever, need anything from Flat Cart Mafia, man, you just let us know.
Here.
You guys are welcome anytime. I know what it feels like for me to get behind the wheel. And if I feel like everybody could just feel what I feel, now maybe they won't, but if they could just feel what I'm feeling going around through there, I like you said, I think everybody'd be better off.
Yeah. Like I try to explain it. Somebody asked me not too long ago, like, what's it like? And I said, man, I can't. As one of my guys at work asked me what it's like, because he couldn't believe I showed him pictures, and they're like, them things don't go that fast. I'm like, dude, you don't talk it until you try it, because like I'm telling you, there is nothing like being that low to the ground, snuggled in that thing, shoehorned in that thing, and you're out there with
cranking it.
4 to 12 other people, crazy as you are, willing to go 2, 3, 4 wide, and there is literally a piece of paper between all of you guys, and you don't know what the next guy is going to do. That feeling is insane, and the speed that you get, it's hard to explain if you've never done it. It's like you're in your own little world. And I talked to many drag racing guys when I was around that sport for a long time, and I always asked them what it was like to be inside of a funny car at 310 mile an hour, and I got the same thing. It's all slow motion. You don't even know you're going that fast, and that is the honest gosh truth. I know we're not going those 310 mile an hour, but the measly 45, 50 that we're doing, that's fast, man. That's fast on something that weighs 160 pounds, man. I mean, you are moving.
There's a lot of times
dirt. It's not like you're going to stop on the dime. It's not like asphalt. You know what I mean?
That's like our track. I like it. I like the fact that it's smaller. It kind of equals out the motor as far as that goes. You got more power than what you can use a small track, so it kind of evens that out. But with the small track, I compare it to running the late models down at a big full-size racetrack with a car, because your reaction time has to be so spot on, so right there. You don't have time, which, you know, some other go-kart tracks are bigger. That's fine. But if you got just a split second to make that decision, whether you're going to make that move or not make that move or try to get by, to me, it's just as quick feeling as it was going 120 miles an hour in a real car. And that's why I like a short track, whereas big tracks I've seen, you got a little more forgiveness, and that's fine. But as far as the excitement goes, to get that adrenaline rush, I like the smaller track. I've had guys say here it's like a little Martinsville.
Yeah, I mean, that's
something going on.
Yeah, that's, you know, the action, and that's, I mean, I don't know if you ever looked up Jug Run or anything like that, but
no, I'm going to.
That track, dude. I hate talking a lot about that track because that is my home track, and I'm kind of dedicated to that track because they've always been really, really 100% like family to my son and I. And
same to us.
That track is just nasty fast. It's wide, it's fast, it's got 2 long straights. You know what I mean? I mean, you can hold it wide open.
And a stock,
all the way around that track.
And a stock, you can.
And dude,
but there is times though, you can get in that corner. You're like, you're going to hold, or I'm going into the wall. But I'm
and it just like shoots you out. You know what I mean? Like it sucks you into the corner, and it just like no matter what you do, it just spits you out. And that track is just so fast that if you're on it, you're like, holy shit! Like this is crazy. Like it's insane. Like how fast that place is. And that's, I mean, I'm like you. Like I've experienced a smaller track. The smaller tracks seem to be a little bit more racier because there's action everywhere. Wherever you look. And like, I don't know, man. It's just a different world. I love the different track styles because it makes you can tell who can drive and who can't drive. You know what I mean? And
everybody I have come here that runs other places, we've had some guys run Two Brothers and Wheelersburg and other places. It seems like everybody comes here, they always have the same thing to say. This is a driver's track. They say, you got to get on the wheel and you got to drive it. You can't just turn in and turn out. You got to wheel the thing.
Yeah. And I mean, hey man, I love that, man. I'm probably going to have to schedule me a trip down there, dude.
You're more welcome. Come on down. I'll get you hot dog.
Pack me and my boy up, and we're headed south, man. We're going to go down there. And
if I get a chance to come up that way,
we got to make it when you do come up that way. We'll take Addie and you and your dad, and we'll all go down. I'm looking forward to it now. I just want to get out there on it. And
absolutely.
I mean, I only got one motor, so I'm just telling you.
Bring it on.
I'll run the piss out of it. I mean, it's wide open all the time. So, but I don't know what to say to you, man. It sounds like you're doing it all, man, and you're in the right direction, and it sounds like you got a hell of a damn good thing going on down there, and you're doing it right. And man, everybody that's listening, if you guys can, man, get down there, man. Get down to CJ Speedway. Pack that place, man. Let them go out there. Let them run until 7 a.m. Start at 7 at night and run at 7 a.m. because they got so many damn carts. That'd be badass. You know what I mean? Like, hey.
I talked to some to Polar Bear up there. Matter of fact, some guys I know. One of them's run here before, and the other one's going to run here next year. They're going to. we're going to be trying it out
Really?
more too. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's
And you
that's
got a
just,
Facebook
Yeah.
page and everything.
Yeah. CJ Speedway. Yeah.
CJ
McDermott
Yeah,
Speedway.
High.
man. Go ahead and
So
promote whoever you got to. Say thank you.
Yep. they say thank
Put
yeah.
your stuff out there. Whatever you got to say. That way
Well,
we
as far
can.
as that goes, I thank everybody that comes here just in general, whether you come here to race or hang out or eat hot dogs. I'm glad you showed up. We're glad to have you. There's been some people that they probably don't want their name out there as far as that goes, but there's been some people that helped out sponsoring here and there as far as that goes. But no, I just appreciate guys coming out and just enjoying the sport the same much as I do. And I'm leaning toward the backyard stuff just because probably expense, really. You get a lot of people here that don't want to pay a lot of money to get into something, and that's fine. No problem. If you want that, that's cool. So if you don't have to invest a lot of money and then come out here and have a good time, don't. If you want to come out and just compete,
Right.
that's fine. And as far as competing goes, we've got guys that, like I said, they don't have nothing special, but they can get out there and compete just the same as anybody else, whether they got new stuff or not. Like I said, I run one that was from the 80s, an old trick, and done good with that. And then we've got some boys that got brand new stuff, and that's fine too. Whatever floats your boat, I don't care. But main thing is, when it's all over with, we all have a good time. Everybody's competitive for the most part. A lot of times it just boils down to who's got the best handling cart that night. It's not really even motor. If you can get through the turn faster than anybody else, you're probably going to be the fastest one there. So, but no, I love these guys coming out. I like people coming to the track. You always meet somebody new and somebody's interested in it. And I offer every time, if they need anything, let me know. I try to help them out.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, hats off to you, man. Hats off to you guys that come there and support you and all that stuff. If somebody is interested in sponsoring, say, a race that you got coming up like later on this year, who do they get a hold of? What is it
just
called?
Get a hold of me they can get a hold of me on Facebook. Just Jake Bertuzzi on Facebook. Fine. They can get a hold of me that way. Or they can get in the group as far as that goes. It seems to be getting a little bigger here every day, so they can jump in there anytime.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got you there. Yeah. Their link popped up.
My wife just put you up at CJ Speedway YouTube page there. Everybody go check him out. Get out there. Support him. He's a local track owner. Sound like he's got everything going on. I kind of want to go down just for the chili dog, man.
I know, me too.
The cart down. I mean, it sounds like if I show up with just to get a chili dog, he's got an extra cart that I can get in. So I mean,
it does happen.
You know what I mean? Like, no, man, it's great, man, and
that's awesome.
Keep it up, bud. Just keep it up and get your guys, man. I mean, experienced tracks, and it sounds like a lot of your guys has already found a home, man. That's
oh yeah,
down there.
Yeah. I've been in talks with some other guys. I know John Levere. He's got a track. You talking about River Valley Speedway? Yeah. There you go, John. There's your shout out. But we're talking about going up here and running his track. I'm trying to get some guys together, come up there, run there, and then he's got some guys he talked to going to come down and run here. Just try it out.
That's a good group to mingle with to race against each other.
Yeah. All good guys, all clean racers. I have nothing bad to say about those guys.
No, that's a fun, unique track too. It is
unique, man. It's not like your typical go-kart track.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun.
And I've had my big mod out there. I mean, I let it rip. I mean, it's fun. I never lifted it and only kept the wheel turned to the left. It just went all the way around it. I mean, it's fun, please, if you ever get a chance and you're off a weekend and man, look up Jug Run, get up there and see what they're about too. They've got some great class out there, and the guys are phenomenal. The racing's phenomenal. They're fast. That's what I'm saying, man. If we all just come together and put it on, man, I mean, can't slow the sport down if we all stay together.
I think really, like I said, with the way we're doing things, trying to keep it on the cheap side, I think it's going to grow. Perfect. People want something to do, something they can afford, not break the bank. So I think that's right down a lot of people's alley. So I think it's going. I'm friends with a guy out in Indiana. His name's Matt Mundy. Have you guys heard of
Yeah.
him?
Yep.
Okay. Yard Cart Nationals. Yeah.
Yep.
Me and him started about the same time doing the same thing. Of course, he's tried to grow his, and I really didn't push nothing on mine. But he's doing pretty much what we're doing, just different rules. And if you can get in and just enjoy a sport, and you don't have to break the bank, I think that's just the best route to go.
It is.
Well, I mean, that's why I like the Predator class so much.
That's
We
why I
call
like
them the
stock.
Predator class. Yeah, the stock Predator class is because one, it's economical, and I this is the way I look at it. If I was a single father, that it would be great, or a single mother, it would be great, or if I'm a father and a mother that had a kid and wanted to get into a sport, it's not going to break the bank to get them in it. That's why I like it so much. That's why I like the Predator stuff so much. I'm not a clone guy. I know one of the best clone guys, like builder wise. I mean, I'm family with him. I've talked to him on several things about clones. I just think the Predator is the way to go. If you got that kind of money, go do it, man. But I mean, for what you're trying to do down there and what they're doing up there and Jug and River Valley and Dixie Hollow, all these tracks around us, it's got to be affordable, or you're going to lose a lot of interest real quick. And we're not here to make you lose interest. You know what I mean? And and I mean, that's just honestly 100%. That's the way to go. And I like what you're doing.
Like a big, you can have the regular classes that you guys are talking about and run, but I'd like to see a big backyard race somewhere where just, I don't know, like the World 100 up in Eldora. Get all the backyard guys in Ohio, get them all together, and just run.
Let me, dude, Shane, dude, don't get me started again. I have been saying this for how long, Shane? That I would love to put a series together, not a series, whatever you want to call the damn thing, where
an event
where we just pick a track and get with you, say it's your track, Jake, and I'm like, hey, man, Memorial Day weekend, if you got an opening, we can do it. I want to promote it, and let's bring all these carts down to your place, and let's just have one big giant shebang. You know what I mean? It's got to be stock with the, there could be two classes. One straight out of the box, and then you're going to have the modified stock class, which modified you can take stock. The governor out. Yep, you can take the governor out, and you can put a exhaust on, and those are going to be the only two classes you're going to run, and it's going to be like the nationals for backyard karting. And we'll just pick a track this year to be yours. Next year, it might be at John's or vice versa. And let's go run 100 laps. That's the feature, 100 laps.
And that's getting the people to go see them all and just go have a blast.
2-day event. All Saturday, you qualify all day Saturday. You know what I mean? And then that Sunday is a feature, and then you're going to run for it. And it is what it is. It's a 100-lap feature in both features. That I've been saying that for I don't know how long, Shane.
How many times we talked about it all the time?
The thing is like getting people like you that have the same interest and bring it up. Like, that's a damn great idea. Put it together, and then I will run with it. The thing is getting all the backyard tracks to come together and say, hey, I'd be interested, or I'd be interested. You're the only one that said you're interested. You know what I mean? So there you go. There you go, Jake. What dates you got open? It'll be at your place until we find another one, I guess.
That's about the only thing that I can say about my place here. I got limited parking. I can't hold it. I can't hold it.
Yeah.
Now, if we could stack them on top of one another, we'd be all right. But I don't have that kind of parking.
Yeah, I mean, that's just. That's the thing is like you finding a place that can do it. Would be phenomenal, because I'm in the same boat you are. There's so much stuff that I like to do that I think would be great. My ultimate is to be like the Gateway, have one big giant go-kart race, flat cart at the Gateway in a big facility, and you run and you run and you run, and let's see who the biggest baddest son of a bitch is. That's what I want. You know, and that's just the competitive. That's just the competitive side of me. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's nothing but bragging rights. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just, hey, I had fun and I whipped your guys' ass, and I'm going back to my trailer, and I'll see you guys next year. That's what, because you know what? Next year it might not be me. It could be anybody. You know what I mean? That's what it's just fun. It's just fun to do that. You know what I mean? And that's I like that idea.
Well, I'll say this. Now I'm not gonna say anything else. There's a venue I've been talking to, and that's as far as that's gonna go.
Okay. Shh.
So I don't want to jinx nothing.
Hey, break it here though when you're ready.
Hey.
That's all I ask. Break it here.
Let me in on that, will you? Let me in on that.
Yeah.
I told him to break the news here, and we'll love it.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, like, talk to me off the air.
I will.
Yeah, I'll get hold of you on that, because I will promote the shit out of that, and I will make it happen. I mean, I love it.
I like it.
I like the promoting side of it. So.
Me too. Me too.
It's all fun, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. And everything that you do, everything about you.
Yeah. Everything about what you got going on down there. So, what's your 225 schedule going to look like? Have you got it ready, or are you still working on it?
No, really, the schedule goes like this. We start racing in May, and unless it rains us out, we race.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
and they can go on your Facebook and find out if you're racing or not.
And then, as I said, make sure you message him first, because he's kind of like an invite. So get a hold of him first, talk to him,
right,
and then he'll get you the information and get you out on his track. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. I just don't want like random people showing up at your house on Saturdays, and you're like, who in the hell are all these people?
It wouldn't be the first time.
No. But
there is some guys that listen to this that will just do that. That will just you said come on out. So
well, if they could drop me a line first, I'd appreciate it. Just
exactly. That's what I was going with that. That's what I was going with that.
Drop him a line.
It's more or less out of respect.
Drop him a line and say, "Hey, got room for me?"
Yep, you know what I mean? Exactly. And then, but yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. But
now I will say this: if they got a trailer, they want to get here a little early just for parking.
Okay.
There you go. And you'll be the last one to leave. So if they're racing until 7 a.m., you'll be sleeping in your trailer.
Better go find yourself a good Airbnb.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right.
I'll just around here you'd be better off in the trailer.
What's that?
Said around here you'd be better off in the trailer.
Probably.
Right. You got blow up the air mattress, man. You're good to go.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome. But yeah,
let the go-kart sing you to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, there you go. That's it is what it is. I sleep like a baby anyhow, so it makes sense,
me
right?
too.
Yeah. So I thank you, man, for being on the show.
Absolutely,
it's great. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad that you agreed to come on here with two crazy guys that just talk about go-kart and have the same passion as you. And
thanks for taking the extra day for us, because
thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
I had no problem. It worked out for me too.
Good.
Great. So I thank you. I'll let you go and get a little bit of rest. Those loggers, man, work some crazy ass hours.
Yeah, I know. We'll have you back on here. Yeah, definitely. We'll have you back on again.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever you want to come on, just get with us, man. Even if you want to come on here with another guest, man, please. Anybody that follows you, that is with you guys. As a matter of fact, if you got a couple drivers that want to come on, and let's just talk racing with some other drivers from a different track, tell them to reach out to me and Shane, and we'll make it happen, because I want to hear both sides, what they got going on, what they're doing. You know what I mean? That's what makes this show interesting. You know what I mean? It's great, man. So please get the word out. Let them know that we're here for you guys. and let's get him on the show because I want to meet him just like I just met you today. I want to get to know him because you never know. I might just pop in one day and be like, hey, I'm here to race. You know what I mean?
Better. I'll give you a hot dog.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
You have a good day, good night. Tell your wife I can't wait to have some of the hot dogs that she has down there. And I will see you in sometime this spring and summer. I'll definitely make my way down there.
Johnny Chestnut all them hot dogs when I get there.
Hey, if we can't race on the racetrack, we might as well do something, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
I love it. You take care, but thank you for coming on.
Thank you, man. Have a good night. Yep, you too, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right. Hey,
so I think, was you going to say something
there
else?
He is. He
get a hold of me on Facebook.
Was. I think he might have went away. There he goes. There he goes.
What do you need?
What was that again?
Get a hold of me on Facebook. That way we can talk about that.
Okay, I will. I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, okay.
I'll reach out to you. All right, I'll do it later on this week, buddy. You too, buddy. Be safe.
Will do.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love it, Shane. I love it, man.
That was awesome.
I mean, I didn't expect that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest with you.
When I told you I called him there the other day, what was the first thing I said? He's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, he was fun, man. I loved it, man. Super nice guy. Super nice guy, man. I mean, I love what he's doing down there. Yeah. I think he's doing everything great. There's not very many people in this sport that's doing what he's doing. And the aspect of fitting the bill for everything. I mean, come on, man. Who does that? You know what I mean? Yeah. He's given racers a place to go race and call home. And dude, you can't ask anything better than that. Everybody that's watching, man, go support him. Give him a like him on Facebook. I think it's a group is what they're saying. That get on there. Join his group, man. Get in there, start interacting with his guys and him, and get your butts down there, man. Even if you're not going to race, just go down there and check it out.
Check it out.
You know what I mean? Check it out. I mean, that's what it is, man. If your track's not running that day, go check him out. See what he's got going on. Meet the guys.
Because you never know. Because you know how Ohio weather is. It could be raining up north, but sunny down south.
100%.
I haven't noticed last year. Remember, we said on the couch, like, man, I wish there was a track open. Man, I wish there was a track open. Well, guess what? There's no excuse now. How many tracks we put out here today? Not today,
100% right.
Since we've done this show.
Well, I mean, when we got together with this, that was our goal. Our goal was to be more informative, get these guys to know different tracks. You know, and also to be a little bit more knowledgeable on prep and it's and what to look for.
I've learned quite a bit.
Chassis adjustments, you know, and next week we got a good guest coming on the show. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to leave it as a surprise. But we're going to talk about engines next week.
I might tease him a little bit if he's if he is listening or something. I didn't know if he was technically inclined, if he had to have somebody, set it all up for him or something like that, because I know he can mess with the motors, but when it comes to the technology world, I didn't know if he was like a Neanderthal beating two rocks together. No, I love you, buddy. I'm just playing with you.
Well, I mean, I kind of thought the same thing too.
I just have to give him a hard time, So it ought to be a great one, because I also have a lot of questions myself, when it comes.
Well, I mean, I talked to him today, and I was like, "Look, man," and we just got talking, and I mean, I made an executive decision without you, but we need this. We need this information out there that it's getting close to the year, and I don't think there's anybody really better to learn from than him giving some insight on a newbie coming in, what to look for.
Yes.
Because I'm just going to tell you, there's guys out there that proclaim to be engine builders and they take advantage of people. And this is not what we want.
We talked about that before, remember? Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of what we hit on that subject today. Yeah. And he was really adamant about it. And I was like, okay, man, I know you're not a podcast guy, but guess what, man? You're coming on the show. And he was like, all right, we're good. And I was like, hey, we're good, man. That's what's going to happen,
like,
you know?
when you said that, I was like, well, that's not an executive decision. Let's do it.
Right. Yeah, you know.
Let's do it.
So, I mean, that's
I
what
like
this podcast is. We met a great guy in Jake, man. And
Oh, yeah.
everybody, again, man, go like his Facebook, go like his YouTube channel. Like this one, hit the like button, help subscribe to both of them, because all it does is help us keep this stuff alive, and we keep it going.
And,
if we see more interaction.
If it wasn't for you guys liking and stuff like that and sharing our stuff, we would have actually never gotten in contact with him, honestly, because that's 100%. How we it was through this person, this person, this person, this person, and then bam, we got in with him, and an amazing guest on our show. So
well, the other thing I like too, he had guys that were in the chat that was
interacting.
Like we knew them, they're interacting and stuff. We got to hit on a bunch of stuff, man. I commend him and his family and his group of guys that he's got going on there. And dude, everybody just go support him, support Mahler Racing on YouTube, Holdren Racing, Flat Cart Mafia. All of us are on YouTube. Go get them, man. Go support your local track, share, support your local track. You know what I mean? No matter what happens on the racetrack, it stays on the racetrack. And it's just racing, guys. You know, we live to fight another day, another weekend. And go subscribe to CJ Speedway on YouTube. Sound like he's got some good content on there. I'm going to go tonight before I go to bed. I'm going to watch the thrills and spills. I got to see this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
Like I literally, and I'm just going to lie to you. I'm going to share the crap out of it because it's great. You know what I mean?
Too. And then, as I said earlier, my little words of wisdom, because I like to give some useful knowledge out there. So it's something stupid, then you'd be like, oh, why did I remember that? Because it pushed out smart stuff. Like I said earlier, did you know only 13%?
Yeah, the third nipple.
13% of Americans have a third nipple. I want to leave you with that. So just think about it. When you walk around, was about, out of every, I don't know, 100 people, no, it's probably less than that. But anyway, there's at least somebody has a third nipple.
Somebody has a third nipple, man. I mean, hey, they have a third nipple. It is what it is.
Good for them.
I mean, good for them. But hey, you keep coming up with those crazy ass facts. And I will
better ones.
I will come up with the content for the show. You're just keep doing the crazy ass shit that you do, and being my host with me, and I couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
I couldn't do it without you, bud.
And love all you guys, and can't wait to get to the track. And I'm not even nowhere near ready, but I will be ready before race. So with that, I'm going to tell everybody good night. Go support your local track. Again, go check out Holdren Racing, Mahler Racing, CJ Speedway. Man, go get them. Go get them.
Thanks,
night, guys. Thank you. Night.